Hello everyone, I welcome you back to this another wonderful session on CSAP news analysis. So today is 22nd August. So let's start. So this is me and my working experience. If you want to join our WhatsApp as well as Telegram group, you can join in via the links that are given over here. CSAP is launching the interview guidance program for the APSC CCE 22 mains appearing candidates. So the registration has already started. So this IGP program will be for both online and offline mode, and you can see what you are getting once you are enrolling on this particular program. Also, we'll be going live on 25th August, where Sri Robin Kolita sir will be taking a session, and which will be a one-to-one discussion and doubt clearing session with an expert person like him. Okay. Also, the people who cannot join on 25th August, they can join in on 10th September 2023, where Sri Anil Swarup sir will be also organizing a one-to-one discussion session on interview-based guidance. Let's start with today's content. So today we have got content like the reciprocal tax to India by Trump, Indian students going ahead with the Ukraine-Russia war, Supreme Court to form new bench for river dispute, Chandrayaan 3, engaging with Chandrayaan 2, a health program, and some prelims facts. So let's start with the first news of today. Ki question? Reciprocal tax to India by Trump if re-elected. See, এই বস্তুটো যেটো reciprocal taxৰ কথা কোৱা গৈছে, এই taxৰ কথাটো তেখেতে যেতিয়া তেখেত পাৱাৰত আছিল বিফৰ জো বাইডেন, সো তেখেতে তেতিয়া কৈছিলে, বাট একদম এটো ঠাণ্ডা হৈ গল because we went on for a good relation with this country like US or the respective government. So এটো কাৰণে বহুত ঠাণ্ডা পৰি গল ইয়াত আৰু তেখেতে কোৱা নাছিলে, বাট এতিয়া লাহেকে তেখেতে এটো এটা নিজৰ যেটো প্ৰেসিডেন্সিয়েল ইলেকশন হ'ব নেক্সট ইয়াৰ, সো এটো এটা নিজৰ এটা পলিটিক্সৰ মোটিভ বনাই লৈছে, that is a reciprocal tax if re-elected in 2024. আৰু এই reciprocal tax টো কিহৰ কাৰণে আহিছে? It is only because India today is exporting much more amount of exports as compared to its imports from USA. আজি যদি মই কওঁ ৰাছিয়াৰ লগত কি আমাৰ ইম্পোর্ট বেশি এক্সপোর্ট কম, চাইনাৰ লগত আমাৰ কি ইম্পোর্ট বেশি এক্সপোর্ট কম, বাট হেতু ইউএস এর লগত নহয়। ইউএস এর লগত কি হৈ আছে? ইউএস এর লগত আমাৰ এক্সপোর্ট বেশি and import বহুত কম। That means they are at a trade deficit with India, not us. তো হেতুকে তেখেতসকলে বিচৰা নাই, ট্ৰাম্পে হেতুকে এডভান্টেজ লৈছে যে মই এটো কৈ পেলাই মই next year re-election হৈ আহিব পাৰি। So therefore today the thing which is known as generalized system of preferences is coming into news. So GSP বুলি ক'লে আমি কি বুঝো? So see, GSP এটা largest and one of the oldest US trade preference program, and it is designed to basically promote some of the economic development by allowing some duty-free entry for thousands of products which are designated from a beneficiary country like India. And therefore it is said to be an umbrella that comprises the bulk of preferential schemes granted by industrialized nations to the developing countries. So আজি 13খন country আছে which provide GSP preferences to emerging and developing countries. কি? Australia, Belarus, Canada, European Union, Iceland, Japan, Kazakhstan, New Zealand, Norway, Russia, Switzerland, Turkey, USA. So তেখেতসকলে দিয়ে। So in this criteria today, we can see that with this USA's GSP regime, the most preferred or the prime beneficiaries of this program is India and Brazil. India and Brazil sobotke beshi ki kori ase? Export kori ase to the US, and therefore India and Brazil both are not at trade deficit with a country like US. So hetu karone aji GSP bahut news asil. Okay, ইয়াৰ লগতে আৰু এটা কনসেপ্ট আহি যায় which is known as MFN, that is the most favored nation status. So what is this MFN principle? See, when we say about most favored nation, যেটো ইভেন আমি পাকিস্তানক দি থৈ দিছো, পাকিস্তানে আমাক দিয়া নাই, বাট পাকিস্তানক আমি MFN status দি থৈ দিছো। তো যদি মই ডিফাইন কৰিবলৈ যাওঁ MFN মানে কি হয়? See, when you are directly granting an MFN status to some country, It means you are treating all the other members equally as most favored trading partners. Means you are not bifurcating or you are not dividing anything. You are treating it with all other due respect. So hetu karone MFN বুলি কোৱাৰ লগে লগে কি হৈ যায়? Special treatment, which actually, if I say, means non-discrimination. কোনো discrimination নোহোৱাকৈ আমি ট্ৰেড কৰোঁ. And therefore, it can support the underdeveloped or even the developing countries, which could go for more fair and effective rates amongst nations. Okay, so তাৰ কাৰণেও ইয়াতে GSP লৈ কথা আহিলে. আৰু normal trade তো obviously কোনো discrimination থাকিব obviously. Okay, tariffs থাকিব, okay, levy থাকিব, বহুতখিনি বস্তু থাকি যায়. তো আজি যিহেতু ইয়াতে এটা tussle চলি আছে between Indian origin Vivek Ramaswamy versus Donald Trump, যিটো ৰিপাব্লিকান পাৰ্টি দুটাৰে কণ্টেষ্টত গৈ আছে দুইজনৰে. সো আজি বহুতে ৰামাস্বামীক ভাল পোৱা হৈছে just because he is more liberal in nature and he gives out some of the raw explanations of or problems explanation. ভালকে explanation কৰে literal problems বোৰ USA. Okay, তো আজি ইভেন কৈও আছে যে এজন মানুহ who is like Donald Trump, যোনে এটা টাইমত সবকে ডিবেটৰ কাৰণে মাতি আছিল. আজি Donald Trump rejected the debate with Ramaswamy just because he is giving out some of the raw facts where USA is lagging behind. Okay, so as a Republican party face a duzone. No doubt, Trump bahut agor ase. Okay, but manhue prefer etia lahe lahe kak kori ase Ramaswamy kori ase. So don't be shocked in some period of time that Ramaswamy may be the US president, just like we have got a UK prime minister who is basically an Indian origin. Okay, so tar karone eto newsor asile. Okay, so we all know India US relations ki hoy ase, biggest trading partner, increasing economic ties. Aziswa has increased to 7.65% to the US dollar 128.55 billion. Aru eto iman speedily bahise, just within a period of 1 year 7.65% or amar eta trade relations bahi goi ase. So he bilake dangor eta bostu hoy amar karone to improve the relations with this country like US. Our logot amar bahut kini cooperations ase. Okay, so yate together with Australia and Japan we are going with the Quad. Okay, tar logot Indo-Pacific Economic Framework for Prosperity logot ami kam kori asu, IORA logot kam kori asu. Okay, UN SET ebilakor logot kam kori asu. So all these things are some of the important elements of the India US relations. Aru tar logot etu jetia enuka type or kotha ahe, no doubt etur kono effect amar India or US relations at nopore. মানুহে ভাবিব পাৰে যে এনেকুৱা এটা স্টেটমেন্টে ট্ৰাম্পৰ আমাৰ ৰিলেশনস টো বেয়া কৰি দিব. নো we have no problem with this particular speech or statements. এইবিলাক এটা পলিটিক্যাল এজেন্ডা হয়, তো এইবিলাক কৰিব যেতিয়া পলিটিক্স শেষ হৈ যাব. মেবি দ্য ট্ৰাম্প মে বি দ্য মোষ্ট ফেভাৰেবল পাৰ্সন ইন 2024. সো এইটো কাৰণে এইবিলাক লৈ একো এফেক্ট নকৰে. বাট সিন্স ইটস বেসিক্যালি আ নিউজ, পিছতো যদি কিবা এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ নিউজ ইন ট্ৰানজিশন থাকে আই উইল টেক ইট আপ এগেইন. সো এতিয়ালৈকে ইমানখিনি. ওকে, চলো my main question dia ase eta previous year's question. Coming to this, Indian students living in constant fear in Ukraine amid hostility. Aji ami dekhisu ki je between Ukraine and Russia there is a war that is going on which has already passed 1 year aru eta lahe lahe 2 বছৰ hobole goi ase. Okay, so etia ki hoise, the challenges for Indian students pursuing medical degrees in war on Ukraine shows no signs of abating as they grapple with the increasing hostility from sections of the local population who perceive India as supporting Russia in the ongoing conflict. মানে এটা কি হৈছে, ইউক্ৰেইনত থকা যিখিনি মানুহ বা ইউক্ৰেইনিয়ান গভৰ্নমেন্ট বা ইউক্ৰেইনত থকা যিখিনি মানুহ তেখেতসকলে ইণ্ডিয়ান ষ্টুডেণ্টছক বেয়া পোৱা হৈছে বা ইণ্ডিয়ান অৰিজিন মানুহক বেয়া পোৱা হৈছে. কিহৰ কাৰণে? বিকজ উই অল নো দেট ইণ্ডিয়া এণ্ড ৰাছিয়া বেচিকেলি শ্বেয়াৰ্ছ আ ভেৰি কৰ্ডিয়েল ৰিলেশ্যনছ এণ্ড এন এভাৰগ্ৰীন ৰিলেশ্যনছ. এতিয়া ৰিচেণ্টলি যেতিয়া আমাৰ লুনা 25টো ফেইলিয়াৰ হৈছিলে তেতিয়া আমাৰ ইণ্ডিয়া ফালৰ পৰা একো বেয়া কমেণ্ট যোৱা নাছিলে. But if you see to the west, USA hok, Europe hok, বহুত বেয়া কমেন্ট গৈছিল. Okay, বহুত memes বনাইছে, বহুত criticize কৰিছে Russiaৰ space missions বিলাক. But anyways, everywhere I have seen in my comment section also, মই মোৰ নিজৰ comment section ত দেখিছিলো যে India, Russia, long life. এনেকুৱা টাইপৰ মানুহ কমেন্ট দিছে. So that means what? That means people are having a close affiliations towards a country like Russia, who has helped us a lot in the history. So etia ami Russia logot jehetu asu, we have sharing a very cordial and good relations. So etu kane Ukraine azikali Indian manhok beya poa hoise. So etu kane koise that since you are not supporting Ukraine in this particular crisis, so you have no right to live in this country, study in this country, use the resources of this country. Okay, so এইবিলাক বস্তুৱে ইয়াতে চলি আছে and we all know that more than 18,000 students were evacuated এটা আমি অপাৰেশ্যন লঞ্চ কৰিছিলোঁ মিছন গংগা okay যাৰ আন্দাৰত আমি কৈছিলোঁ যে তোমালোকে ডাইৰেক্টলি নিজৰ যিবিলাক ওচৰৰ কাণ্ট্ৰি হয় be it Poland okay be it Republic Czech Republic এইবিলাকলৈ গৈ পেলাই you just go and মানে তাৰ পৰা আমি ডাইৰেক্টলি এয়াৰলিফ্ট কৰি আহিম okay and yes we have recovered a good number of students who were basically in this particular locations but আজি কি হৈছে যেটা slowly since everyone is mad with their career so jiblak 2021 batcher students asile they are in total shuttered they have shuttered their dreams of becoming a doctor or an MBBS person so tekenokolor jitu degree asile so they were in shackles and various number of people who have gone there they belongs to the middle class june lakhs and crores of rupees di pele tate pohaise loans on loi pelai now their career is directly in stake just because of this war so tar karone ki hoise 3400 students e ki korise undeterred by the risks khini jikhini ase hekhini neosi tekhetokol kot goise tekhetokol goise Ukraine le ghuri pelai so that to complete their respective degrees aru etia jetia goi pelai eblak khunise tekhetokole directly demand korise government okay you can even see that there are a good number of protests happening in this Ukraine that why you cannot directly complete our degrees or maybe ami jeto admission loiso so give us the degrees or nohole amak belek country ekhonot degree to provide kor so all these things are basically happening with this particular people because career is something okay eta career buli career goha tu iman সহজ কথা নহয় we all know that okay eta technical degree poatu professional degree poatu aru ta okay so tar pisot paisa pati logai pelai jodi eniko type of situation hoy then obviously we will always be in trouble so hetuke yate ami problems dekhisu so today we can see what are the regions for Indian students going abroad preferred destination ki hoy tomaloke dekha pabo para yate central asia to bahut jay china to jay manhe obviously okay medium of education to english thake which is all our Indians are comfortable with amount of spent on life and the medical degree so obviously amar India paisa bahut beshi lage tat iman na lage private medical college lack of equal opportunities which I have said and also the availability of seats in India so hekhini eta factors ase jar karone amar bahut khini manu tat jay pohibole tar upor we can see at the role of the NEET okay because NEET pass korile he MBBS ot seat pabo okay income disparities bahute yate seat blak bhorti korile and all the peoples who cannot afford okay to get selected in the private hospitals also okay because of the high income to yate jehetu high rates hoy to thekane manu bilak tale gusi jay so that they can at least afford the studying for MBBS aru amar kun gikhon student states e sobotke beshi students pothai abroad hole the highest is Andhra Pradesh second hai Punjab Maharashtra Gujarat Tamil Nadu Karnataka so you can see kiman beshi jay manu tat pohibole okay so etu eta clash choli ase so obviously we have to see that what can be the way forward because we already know that because the West is basically supporting Ukraine with some of the advanced weapons and therefore the involvement of Ukraine in this particular war is basically deepening okay tar upor we all know that Russia is today basically attacking some of the locations some of the areas okay where a good number of people or a good number of properties are basically affected আজি Ukraine jodi mo kobole jao bahut basic effect hoise okay like they have their infrastructures are totally vanished down okay bahut kini attack hoise bahut infrastructures buildings ebla gute bomb mari pele Russia urai dise the population here is also very much goodly declining okay it's hardly I can say that 2 to 3 crore people are only living in this particular country it's declined from 5 crore in the last year so ebilak eta average jitu mo eta calculations koisu so ebilakot amar eta directly impact pori ase aru tar karone আজি Ukraine কোনো jabole ni bisare but the students career are directly at stake aru tar karone ei problems pur amar dekha goise okay so eta muk comment section ot koa je Ukraine ekhon bahut important river ase okay which flows even through their respective capital he river khonor naam to ki muk kobo lage okay also we can see that Russia has annexed some of the Ukrainian territories he territories gikhonor naam ki muk comment section ot koa okay chalo question dia ase ete sai loba tomaloke next Supreme Court to form new bench for river dispute so etu kihor upor river dispute Tamil Nadu Karnataka Kaveri road so yata ekhon notun bench create koribo and we all know that Karnataka pora Kaveri khon start hoy Okay, and it all the way forced from Tamil Nadu towards the Bay of Bengal. Okay, so today if I have to say about the Kaveri water dispute, so it's a very long dispute, it's a very old dispute. Okay, and we all know that this type of dispute, which is the Kaveri water dispute, like Mojuri Kaveri Kon Karnataka koi Kaveri water dispute boli. But if I have to say in Tamil, Tamil a river khonok koa jay Ponni boli, Ponni, Ponni. Okay, and it's a very sacred river of southern India. Okay, so আজি যদি মই ক'বলৈ যাওঁ about this river Kaveri, so এখন এই এটা হিল আছে ইয়াতে, সেই হিলখনৰ নাম হ'ল ব্ৰহ্মাগিৰি হিল, ব্ৰহ্মাগিৰি হিল. Okay, আৰু এটো ক'ত আছে? Western Ghats আছে. Okay, and descends basically in the eastern Ghats and ultimately drains into the Bay of Bengal through a region which is known as Pondicherry or Puducherry, which is basically a UT. Okay, তোমালোকে মোক কমেন্ট সেকশনত ক'ব লাগে Kaveri riverৰ left bank tributaries আৰু right bank tributaries কেইখনমানৰ নাম. Okay, so we all know, মই এখন কৈ দিম. এখন আছে left bank tributary Shimsha বুলি আছে, SHIMSA, Shimsha. আৰু right bankত মই এখন কৈ দিম Bhavani বুলি. Okay, so বাকি যেখন পোৱা তোমালোকে মোক কমেন্ট সেকশনত কোৱা, including the ones that I have already said. So আজি we all know that since this river originates in Karnataka, flows through Tamil Nadu with major tributaries coming from Kerala and drains into Bay of Bengal through Puducherry, the dispute therefore involves 3 states and a UT. And the genesis of this dispute is around 150 years old. Bhaba, kiman dinor purana ajiloke solve নহল. And it dates back to the 2 agreements of arbitration held in 1892 and 1924. Between whom? Between the Madras Presidency and Mysore. Okay, so this Kaveri water dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu in literal terms after independent India started back in 1974 when Karnataka started diverting water without Tamil Nadu's consent. After that, the Kaveri Water Dispute Tribunal got established in 1990 to resolve this issue. But still, the issues is not solved yet. Though in 2018, the Supreme Court declared that the Kaveri a national asset and largely upheld the water sharing arrangement, and therefore it has allocated some of the cusecs, which is cubic feet per second. So এটা কোৱা গৈছে যে যিমানখিনি Supreme Court কৈছে যে this amount of this particular Kaveri water should be given to Karnataka as well as Tamil Nadu. So ইয়াতে কোৱা গৈছে যে in normal water year, Karnataka is bound to release iman quasics, 1000 million cube feet from June to May to Tamil Nadu. Okay, which includes even the 123.14 TMC allocated during monsoon season. But still, এতিয়াও আমি কি দেখিছো যে কিছুমান disputes এতিয়াও চলি আছে, যাৰ কাৰণে Tamil Nadu কৈছে যে since it's a very important river, it's a very sacred river, so we want more quantity of river water, which is basically not given and supplied by Karnataka. So hetu karone ako jehetu dispute to arambo hol, so recently the Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud on August 21 assured Tamil Nadu that he would constitute a bench to hear the state's plea for the release of its allotment of Kaveri water dispute for the month of August. Aru etia kiman bisari ase 24,000 cubic feet per second from its reservoir water by Karnataka. So it's a huge amount, but still ebilage etia soli ase jehetu, so we have to think about that. Aru etia sao Supreme Court recently ki koy ba in futures what type of solution this can directly hold in the coming times. So we have to see, we have to wait and watch. Okay, but etialoke Karnataka is ensuring a release of around 36.76 TMC. Okay, as per the Kaveri Water Dispute Tribunal. Okay, so etia let's see what holds for this particular dispute in the coming times by the Supreme Court. So a bench kona hai kubo. Okay, chalo. So এটা dispute কি হয় ক'ব পাৰি. Okay, ইয়াতে মই দি দিছো Google ইমেজত কিমান কিমান projections থাকে. Okay, dispute settlement কেনেকৈ হৈ আছে সবখিনি লিখা আছে, তোমালোকে চাই ল'বা, question দিয়া আছে ইয়াতে. Next, Chandrayaan 3 lander links up with Chandrayaan 2 orbiter. Okay, so it's a good sign today about that Chandrayaan 3 এ Chandrayaan 2 যেটো আমাৰ এটা fail mission আছিলে, mainly rover, তো আমি Chandrayaan 2 আমাৰ যেটো এটা lander orbiter ঘূৰি আছে obviously. So today there is a good news that Chandrayaan 3 lander links up with the Chandrayaan 2 orbiter. Chandrayaan 2 কি কৰি আছে? Chandrayaan 2 ভালকে আমাক specifically photos দি আছে যে Chandrayaan 3 land ক'ত কৰিব. Okay, and the images so far has been captured by the LHDAC, that is known as the Lander Hazard Detection and Avoidance Camera. Okay, so আজি hetu amar Chandrayaan 2 asile, okay, which has been captured. So now it's a very good sign today. It is why at ISRO eta like image dise Chandrayaan 3 upor. I am doing great. Okay, ekhon earth hoy ami ete roki asu. We are all expecting, and after Luna 25 not only India is expecting, the whole world is expecting and is seeing curiously with Chandrayaan 3. Okay, so you can see that Chandrayaan 3 is saying I am doing great. Moi sob thike ase mor. Okay, moi goi asu. Jetia tat pai jam moi tohotok khobor di. It's a very, even I feel goosebumps. Moi nije etia goosebumps feel korisu when I am saying I am doing great. Because this is India. This is ISRO, which can avail anything in the coming times. Okay, gote dunia khonor jitu buja hetu aji ami Indians bilake uthai asu. And this is a very like it's a very proud moment for a country like us, where no other country has directly got landed. Ami aji tat land koribole goi asu, where India no, karon ami sob time ami khunu je USA korile, China korile, Russia korile, but no, this time no other has done. It is only India. So we have got a great expectation, and also we have got a great load of the whole world with us today. Okay, so best wishes again for Chandrayaan 3. Chandrayaan 2 logot nijor dadakor logot ebar link up hoi gol. Okay, dadak ba bayek whatever, irrespective of gender. So let's see what we holds for Chandrayaan 3 in the coming times. Okay, so etia amar next যেখিনি আমাৰ modifications লাগে, যেখিনি আমাৰ কৰিব লগা থাকে, সেইখিনি আমি already কৰি আছো through various good number of instruments, be it the velocity meter. Okay, so এইবিলাকৰ কাৰণে আজি এই যেহেতু আমাৰ নিউজত আছে, and we have already discussed about Chandrayaan 3 Luna 25, তো মই ইমান বেছিক ডিটেইলছ দিয়াত নাযাওঁ. Please refer to my videos in the past so as to know more about what actually is Chandrayaan 3 and respectively its details. Okay, so এইটো আছিল next. So ইয়াতে এটা question দি থোৱা আছে, চাই লবা তোমালোকে. Next, a help program, HELP. Ki hoy help program to? So recently we have seen that the Rupala highlights women's role in developments of this livestock sector. So we know that as a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav initiative, the Union Minister for Animal Husbandry and Dairying has introduced a program which is a help program. A help mane ki hoy? Accredited agent for health and extension of livestock production. Likha ase yaar. Accredited agent for health and extension of livestock production. Wow, iman dunia lagise. Just now I have seen. Anyways, so we can see that in this program, members of women's self-help groups registered on the State Rural Livelihood Mission are helping in various animal husbandry activities in the form of Pashu Sakhi, which will be trained as a help. Jenike ami koru ASHA, accredited social health activist. So in the same way, yate ami ki hoy jam a help mane accredited agent for health and extension for livestock production. So this program will focus on empowering women by training them as agents who contribute to disease control, artificial insemination, animal tagging, and even livestock insurance. Sarita point ase very important. Please do remember. Likha ase yat moi bhalke likhi disu. But please do remember the four basic aim of this particular program. Ki kolo moi? Contributing disease control, artificial insemination, animal tagging, and livestock insurance. বহুত বেছি important হয়. এই যেটো a help program হয়, এটো আমি রিলেট কৰিব পাৰো ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় গোকুল মিছনৰ লগত. So ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় গোকুল মিছনটো কি হয়? এই ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় গোকুল মিছনটো আমাৰ আৰম্ভ কৰা গৈছিলে by the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. And under this Rashtriya Gokul Mission, this particular mission will be implemented for the development and conservation of the indigenous bovine breeds since December 2014. Okay, bovine breeds. So Zetia Ami, when we talk about bovine breeds, okay, So bovine breeds আমাৰ কাৰণে বহুত এটা important aspect হয় কিহৰ কাৰণে because this bovine breeds directly gives us a good amount of milk. Okay, we also say that worldwide we have got the highest number of these bovine breeds. Amar sort bahut kini bhal breeds of cattle and buffalo ase. I can say about the red sindhi, I can say about the sahiwal, gir, halikar. Okay, I can say about the khilari, I can say about the bargur. Bahut kini amar bovine breeds ase. Okay, so bovine cows, though they are biologically same as like the cows, but we can see that they are used technically when discussing about the bovine autonomy. So Azi under this Rashtriya Gokul mission, okay, which has been started by the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying to enhance the productivity of the bovine and increasing milk production in a very sustainable manner using modern technologies. Under this particular scheme, the bovine animals now will be very much treated and will be very much taken care of by this health activist who are basically known as Pashu Sakhis. So etu etia recently code start kora goise Gujarat tar agote etu Uttarakhandot already start hoise. So slowly and slowly it is directly moving on towards every state of this country. So tar karne etu amar aji news asile. Okay, about this particular thing which is known as the help আৰু তাৰ লগত ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় গোকুল মিছন হু ইয়াতে সোমাই আছে ওকে সো এতিয়া গোকুল মিছনৰ লগত মই এটা কোৱেশ্চন কৰিম তোমালোকক প্লিজ টেল মি হোৱাট ইজ গোকুল গ্ৰামছ এটা ভেৰি ইম্পৰ্টেন্ট ইনিচিয়েটিভ হয় which is basically under this গোকুল মিছন গোকুল গ্ৰামছ কি হয় হেতু মোক তোমালোকে ক'ব লাগে ওকে গোকুল গ্ৰামছ চলো ইয়াৰ কি হাইলাইটস গুটে পোৱা আছে ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় গোকুল মিছনৰ কথা কোৱা আছে ওকে চাই লবা তোমালোকে কোৱেশ্চন দিয়া আছে দুটা কামিং টু দা প্ৰিলিমছ ফেক্টস ফ্লেশ ইটিং ব্যাকটেৰিয়া ইয়াত চাব পাৰা এটা ব্যাকটেৰিয়া কেনেকে ফ্লেশ ব্লাক খাই থাকে ওকে ইটস লুকিং ভেৰি ডেঞ্জাৰাছ ওকে সো ইসৱা Vibrio vulnificus known as the flesh eating bacteria very important name ebla monot thakiba khudi dibo kedeba Vibrio vulnificus was recently in news it is related to flesh eating bacteria flesh eating virus flesh eating protozoa eneke khudi dibo none of this so obviously it's a flesh eating bacteria to etu kor hoise florida kor ase florida is basically a state in US which is basically located in the southeasternmost tip of the US state and it is basically surrounded by the Atlantic on one side and the Gulf of Mexico on the other okay so etu hoy amar ki Floridar capital ki hoy Floridar capital hoy Tallahassee Florida capital hoy okay so etu aji Florida dekha goise okay etu etia laga aha nai but we don't know je kali porhi etu maybe it may spread to Asia so etu karone etu bahut important hoy because this bacteria which thrives in warm water where river and ocean water mix can enter the body through a cut scrape or wound and raw seafood can also cause this particular infections so etu karone etu bahut importantly news ase sai loba etu tapsot eta furthermore dia ase tapsot India's oldest domestic elephant dies in Sonitpur so this is a very sad scenario okay ki naam asile Bijuli Prasad okay so kiman age asile 89 aru kot morise tu Behali okay Behali tea state of the Williamson mega group okay so jetia moi Williamson mega group buli ko yar logot aru eta related asile MacLeod Russell LEOD MacLeod Russell India okay MacLeod Russell India which is a part of the Williamson mega group has got a tea state in the Bishwanath subdivision of Sonitpur district mukhe tea state khono naam tu lage aru he tea state khon kihor karone iman famous hoy hetu muk lage with the area question to buji pala MacLeod Russell India which is a part of the Williamson mega group has got a tea state in India not in India actually India te hoy but Assam specific so Assamot MacLeod Russell which is a part of the Williamson mega ekhon tea state ase aru hekhon ase Bishwanath subdivision of Sonitpur district he tea state khonor naam tu ki with the area aru kihor karone famous mukhe to comment section ko okay so hetu karone since Behali tea state or Williamson mega group news ase and because of this elephant you should remember this tasot Ashtalakshmi Hath okay so it is to promote the handicraft and the handloom So etu kihor lines goi ase North Eastern Handicrafts and Handloom Development organized a stain laying ceremony of the North Eastern Hut, also known as Ashtalakshmi Hut, at this campus at Gorchok. It is funded by the North Eastern Council. কিহৰ কাৰণে মাৰ্ক কৰে significant milestone in promoting the rich cultural heritage of the exquisite craftsmanship of the northeastern region. আৰু এটো ইনস্পায়াৰ কিহৰ পৰা হৈছে দিল্লী হাট. দিল্লী হাট কি হয়? দিল্লী হাট provides the ambience of a traditional rural hut or village market, and we can see that all together যিখিনি ইণ্ডিয়ান কালচাৰ হয়, হেণ্ডিক্ৰাফ্টছ হয়, এথনিক কুইজিনছ হয়, এই বজাৰখনত দেখুওৱা গৈছিল. Okay, and even you can see that the momos from Sikkim, the bamboo's hot chicken from Nagaland, the kahua and kebabs from Jammu, the puran poli from Maharashtra, or the Gujarati dhokla, এই গোটেইবিলাক ক'ত দেখুওৱা গৈছিলে in this Delhi Haat. So এইটো কাৰণে এই দিল্লী হাটখনো আমাৰ ইম্পৰ্টেণ্টলি আছিলে. Okay, and Delhi Haat has directly leveraged the cultural heritage of this country. Okay, so তাৰ বেসিক্সৰ আন্ডাৰতে অষ্টলক্ষ্মী হাট আমি ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিছো, আৰু এটো ক'ত ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিছো অসমৰ গুৱাহাটীৰ গড়চুকত, আৰু এটো কোনে সাপোৰ্ট কৰিছে নৰ্থ ইষ্টাৰ্ণ হেণ্ডিক্ৰাফ্ট এণ্ড হেণ্ডলুম ডেভেলপমেণ্ট কৰ্পোৰেশ্যন. ওকে, আৰু ফাণ্ড কোনে কৰিছে নৰ্থ ইষ্টাৰ্ণ কাউন্সিল আণ্ডাৰ দ্য মিনিষ্ট্ৰি অফ ডোনাৰ. ওকে, অষ্টলক্ষ্মী হাট চাব পাৰে ইয়াতে. ওকে, so that was all for today from my side. This is our academic team, our CNA team, and lastly a quote for you all: optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. So always be optimistic, always be foresighted, and always hope for something better in your life. So that was all for today from my side. Thank you and sayonara.